Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Demola, and if you're here, then you probably like beauty or photography, just lifestyle, all of the above. I don't know, but you're here and I'm happy. So in today's look, I am showing an updated summer spring routine. I'm using a lot of products that are new to me, or I've been trying out new favorites. And I tried a little a new technique by a makeup artist that I really appreciate. And she was right, because look at my face. I'm going to start doing her technique. So stay tuned, keep watching if you'd like to see how I got this look. So we are starting off with our primer. This is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Glow Serum in the shade Juice Boost. I love this primer. Sometimes I pair this with the Milk makeup, but I wanted to see what it was like on its own, and it holds up. Danessa Myricks, you are the GOAT. You and Pat McGrath and Ami Coley, those are my top three Black beauty brands right now in terms of makeup, because they don't miss. LA Girl Pro Concealer Color Corrector. I have done other videos about color corrector. If you haven't, check them out. But basically, I do this so that I can wear less concealer and skin tint. It's a great way for during the summer to lighten your base products in terms of coverage, because you don't need to use as much to cover up your hyperpigmentation. I'm very, very much a fan of color correcting. So do that. And like I said, Ami Coley, their skin tint, Deep 1 is my shade. It is so far still my top runner when it comes to skin tints, because that color match, do you see that? Unmatched. And then as far as coverage, it's a great level of coverage for me. And then also the finish, which is always really important for me as a dry skin girly. I need to look kind of radiant, glowy, healthy. And the skin tint does that. It makes me look really good. So I haven't been able to put it down. Next up, we are going to be using the LYS bronzer. Forgot the shade. It'll be in the description bar. But I like this shade because I'm realizing, again, I tend to look really red with certain bronzers, but this is a nice neutral bronzer that still warms me up. I do end up, after blending this out, layering it with another product, which you'll see in a second. So next up we have Curve Case by Made by Mitchell, and it's so good. The depth, this is not even the darkest Curve Case anymore. They released a darker one. I end up using Blend and Snatch, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself. But sometimes I just want a little bit more warmth. And then of course we have Ami Coley. So here's a technique that I learned from Katie Jane Hughes TikTok. And she says, put it on the palm of your hand. I didn't do that. I put it on the back of my hand, your concealer. And this primes the brush essentially. But either way, it allows you to control placement of product better. This is great if you don't want to use too much concealer, and you can still get the coverage you're looking for. I was obviously a fan, as you can see, and it makes it very buildable. So even if you wanted to go further than what I did in terms of product, at least you're layering in a way that's a little more controlled. So I do this to kind of carve out my bronzer, and then of course add a little bit more coverage on my top lip and kind of brighten that space as well. But ultimately I do go back and blend with my Ami Coley brush, because you got to make sure there are no harsh lines. Win Beauty by Serena Williams is another brand that I'm definitely keeping my eye out for. The concealer is definitely the top contender. I'm wearing the shade 345. Believe that it is supposed to be like a satin matte finish. And I like that this is dry skin friendly and blends beautifully, okay? It blends so well. I'm actually going to get a lighter shade to brighten with, because the undertones are there, babe. This is an olive undertone concealer, and it looks so good on me. I am now realizing I just need better undertones in my products. Basma Beauty sent me their blush. This is the burnt orange, I believe, blush. It runs a little red on me, admittedly, but it's still beautiful. And make sure you use a dense brush with cream products. I just learned this. It helps with placement. And it also makes it go on less patchy. And then I like to use this liquid blush by Win Beauty. Again, it is a bit more on the red side, but I do love how sheer and like it just blends really. I know that's not, I need to find other words, but that's truly how I feel. It just blends really well. Normally, I would do this the other way where I would do concealer like a sandwich, concealer, blush, then concealer. And I think I'll do that next time to help with me being a little heavy handed. But I like blush, okay? I don't believe in blush blindness. I don't care. It's like one of my favorite parts of my routine. And you just saw me add a little bit of powder just to bring down the shine a little bit. But overall, I don't use a lot of powder in this routine. And then, of course, we have our powder bronzer to help set the cream bronzer. This is the Juvia's Place one, the darkest shade, because it is more neutral. And then I also use their blush, which has gone through it a little bit. We got to fix that at some point, but it still works. That's all I care about. And then we set with the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, use a fan to help dry that down. And then Ami Cole actually came out with lip pencils, and I'm using their two darkest shades. Midnight is definitely more cool toned and dark. It is dark, which is good. But I don't like my lip liners too dark. I like them a little brown, so I use the other shade as well. Cafe Tube. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but either way, using their lip oil, my favorite lip oil of all time, in the shade Smitten to create my signature kind of pink lip combo. So here we go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you would like to see. I plan on being more active. I know I keep saying that. But I promise, like I have projects happening. I have things moving and grooving. It's that time of the year for me to tap in and step up and show out. So if you're loving what you see, subscribe, like, share, and come back next time.